Set, go. Shit. Are we live? Is this thing on? Oh, geez, Louise. We got a lobby. We got a lobby and it's full. Shout out to Sleazeball, just wrapping up his show. I'm glad he's back and sober. Good to see. And you guys know one thing: if we start this thing early, means that our draft is filled and we're ready to crush a $2.5 million best ball draft here on Drafters Fantasy. So we got drafter. I got the 101. We got drafters at the 103. Dorito, he won the big tournament, not last year, but the year before that. So he's very sharp at the 107. Ralph Wiggums at the 109. Boner at the 111, and then Owl Footy, who won one of the underdog tournaments last year, he's at the 112. This is a sharp lobby with some sharp folks, and I'm ready to talk ball. And yeah, I'm here for it. We just type in. Yeah, this is like, if we were talking about all-star drafters, this is definitely like an all-star drafters like lobby. This is insane. We got champion. Boner's going to be one eventually. Ralph Wiggums is a shark, a dog. Which one of the Spike Week guys is drafters? Is Spike Week live on YouTube right now? Is that what's going on? Anyways, guys, good to see you guys. We got some fantasy football takes. We did more of our running back look and breakdowns today. So there's a couple running back rooms I'm heavily invested in. If you guys got questions, feel free to pop them in. I would love to answer any and all of your questions, and we'll catch up with the Chatamundo Brundo. Bones, you're a very sharp drafter, man. Don't say someday like it's impossible, brother. You are very sharp. You are very solid. And I love what you do. I respect the hell out of you in the way you draft. You're high quality H2O. All right. So let's catch up with the chat. Clint F says first, let's go. Appreciate you, Clint. Are you in this lobby, Clint? No, you're not. Alex Wilson says Owl Footy here at the 12. Let's go. Influencer 101. Shout out to Jonathan Coe, aka Ralph Wiggums. Good to see you, brother. How you doing, man? Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Was it you that got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and it was Amon-Ra and Nico back to back? That's crazy. Bones, number 11 here. Good to see you, Bones. Yo. What up, Sleazeball? Hello, says the Sports Podium. Shout out to Hot Take City. If you're not subscribed or following Hot Take City on Twitter, do so. And if you're not subscribed to the Sports Podium, please do so. Fix your life. Shout out to Sleazebomb, by the way, for the Sleaze rate. Appreciate it. Someday, as I said, man, you're a dog. You're a dog. It'll be your day one day. Speaking of somebody who had their day, shout out to Dorito. This guy won the big tournament. He won, was it $250,000? He won the $250,000 2 years ago. One of the greatest drafters on the planet, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's got the #1 title to go with it. And he's also a very humble, down-to-earth guy who pops by from time to time and supports the boys. So shout out to you, you beautiful man. God bless you. God bless you. Thanks for stopping by. Bone says, now watch me punt this draft to hell. No, you won't. Like your start right now is a dream start. That's a start I dream about and I would jizz about. It was like Puka Nacua. You guys got to look at it this way, right? Puka Nacua last year, when healthy, he was, in terms of fantasy points per game, he was the wide receiver 2 behind only Jamar Chase when he was healthy. On average, he averaged more fantasy points than everybody else at the wide receiver position. The only person who had more than him when healthy was Jamar Chase last year. And you're getting him at the 111. And then Nico Collins, that's another guy who I just can't stop beating the drum about. Like, you look at what Nico Collins did last year. Before he went down, I think it was week 5, he was the wide receiver 2 in just all of fantasy football. Still finished off as what? Top 8 fantasy football wide receiver. This guy had like 40% of their targets, 40% of their not targets. He had 20-ish% of their targets, but was so efficient that he had 40% of their total offensive production. To put that in perspective, that was when there was a healthy Stephon Diggs. I don't think that wide receiver room is remotely close to being as good as that wide receiver room last year. So your start right now, Puka and Nico, just land the plane, brother. That's a 6 start. That's a start once again I dream about. That is a beautiful start. And if you guys are just tuning in, please smash the like. If you're not subscribed, fuck, man, do it, please. Stop cursing, Disco. Okay, I will. What's up, Disco? I got that one. Shout out to you humble, beautiful man, you. Oh. We'll get Garrett Wilson. And we'll get Jackson Smith and Jigba. So we're going Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, JSN. We got a nice, strong 3 wide receiver start. I'm happy with this. It was Neighbors, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, that's also nasty. I would prefer the Puka and Nico over ARSB and Neighbors, but I mean, both starts are spectacular. What wide receiver do you like the most in the fifth round range and redraft? Okay, hear me out. I would say George Pickens. It goes like this. It goes George Pickens. I think Devonta Smith is a 4th rounder. So it goes George Pickens. It goes Jalen Waddle. Chris Olave. Those are my 3 in that order. And I'll tell you why in a sec. Just remind me to tell you why. Just got to finish catching up with the chat. Please remind me to tell you why. Sleepy Sleaze Bomb. No, Sleaze was bringing it, man. I don't know why he's being hard on himself. He brings it every night and every time he puts out content. And maybe he just wasn't feeling it, but the stream is still spectacular. Top-notch stuff. Sleaze is the guy. If you're not subscribed, fix your life. Good evening, Disco. Good evening, Chelsea Lene. Shout out to you. Half asleep 100. Nah, you're Gucci, brother. Bone says jizzed in my pants. Chris Godwin can make the same claim when healthy. 100%. Chris Godwin, when healthy, was one of the better players. I'm just like the injury he had last year. For him to come back and play this year, it's tough to see him not in a limited capacity, if at all. And then, like, I'm looking at the contract. Dude took like a $20 million discount to sign back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I don't think that's because like he's trying to avoid taxation in other states, because Florida is like a tax-free state. I learned that today as a Canadian. Shout out to me. But you got to look at it this way, right? And you have to look at it this way. The reason why he took a $20 million discount compared to other teams is probably because he's not going to be right this year. And that's where I'm at with Chris Godwin. I might like, if he's healthy, this is the lowest ADP you'll ever get him. And you'd have to make your bet on him now, because we'll get the news closer to August, and then it'll be impossible to get him at this value, and everybody who drafted him before you will have a major advantage. But if he's not healthy, he's going to fall significantly. And if he plays at some capacity, that's kind of where I'd put him around. So it's kind of one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't situations. RJ Harvey at the bend there. That's crazy. I like it. My man is being bold. And this is a strong draft. BTJ, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and RJ Harvey. It's nice. It's strong. They said Diggs could return by week 4. So who's going to be the guy for 4 weeks? It's always been Demario Douglas, and it'll continue to be Demario Douglas. Like, there's nobody else, right? And I know that you guys are going to say Kyle Williams. I don't. As a Patriots fan, I'm not a Kyle Williams guy. I'm not a Kyle Williams truther. I don't know what to tell you. He doesn't do it for me. Like, just across the board, not a Kyle Williams guy. And his ADP is way too inflated. It's way too inflated. Kyron Williams and Xavier Worthy. All right, so you guys know how I did that breakdown and posted it yesterday. Shout out to you guys who watched it. If you didn't watch it, we found the 10 most exploitable defenses for wide receiver position. And today we were putting together the research and the script and all the information and the slides and all that shebang bang for the running backs. And I will say Kyron Williams, pretty much the entire NFC West running back room. The NFC West is where fantasy football championships is going to be won. So CMC, smash that value all day, every day. Kyron Williams, smash that value all day, every day. Kenneth Walker, an absolute beast. He's in a contract season. He's gonna blow, and he's gonna probably be on a lot of winning lineups this year and just outperform ADP more than any other running back. He's gonna make a significant jump, and you guys are gonna wish you had more exposure. Get Kenneth Walker, and then the last one is Arizona. Like, Arizona has a very, very, very good schedule. They have a very promising schedule, but here's my only issue with Arizona and their schedule, right? Who the fuck is the running back? Like, are we going to bet on James Conner again? Like, can James Conner do it again? Especially after the workload and all the shit he did last year. That's my question. Can he do it again? But the NFC West, to answer your questions, is one of the best. And if you want to get a cuff, like Charbonnet, great cuff. Benson, I still not in on Benson because I had way too much exposure last year and I feel burnt by him. But like, Benson has elite upside. If Connor misses time, is it going to be Garendo? Is it going to be James? I'm going to get exposure to both of those guys, even if you don't get those guys early on. You know what I mean? So you definitely want to leave every draft, especially in basketball, with one or two of those guys from the NFC West. All right, Pickens over DK. Oh, it's tough. It's neck and neck. Honestly, it's neck and neck, because you got to look at it this way, right? You look at Dak when healthy, nobody's thrown the ball more than Dak Prescott, and he targeted CeeDee Lamb when CeeDee Lamb broke fantasy football. I think he has if we're looking at most fantasy points in a single season on average at the wide receiver position, I think it's CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb has the record. It's either CeeDee Lamb or Cooper Kupp. They're 1 and 2, and then Jamar Chase is 3. Nevertheless, if anything happens to CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens to the moon. The game script, right? You got to look at how volatile that defense is. You need to take advantage of that defense if you're playing against them, whether it be DFS or if you guys are doing weeklies. That's definitely a defense you want to target, especially for your wide receivers. That defense did not do much to get better, if anything at all, and it's more of a coaching scheme situation. So that defense is going to give up a lot of points. If we're looking at points expected and points allowed, Dallas Cowboys have one of the most promising game scripts for high point outings. So that's an offense that's going to put up a lot of points. If you want to win your fantasy football teams, you got to look at that information. What offenses are going to be in high total expected points, just based off of what the betting market's doing. And I know nobody's looking at the betting market in May but me. So that's why I love George Pickens. If I can get George Pickens and 100% of my drafts, I would. And who's drafters 4, 5, 6, 7? Jonathan, who's that? Because I love what he's doing in this draft. Absolutely love what he's doing in this draft. That's a beautiful draft from him. Would be a shame if somebody sniped him on Dak. I'm not going to do that. And I think DK is going to be productive, even if he doesn't have a quarterback. Like, say his quarterback situation. Say his quarterback situation is just the guys that are currently on the depth chart, whether it be Rudolph, Shmi and Shmi, Will Howard and the other Shmi. I think as a wide receiver one with no target competition, he's going to have to produce, and he's going to outperform his ADP regardless. So I'm very bullish on him. Love the spot. Love him. I think he's going to be great. And then obviously, if he gets Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers to the moon, he's got top 10 upside if that's the case. But he still cannot perform ADP. And I love him at value. Who Hames says, "Sup fam? What's up, Who Hames? You sharp drafter. If you guys are not subscribed to Who Hames on YouTube, please take a moment to go do so. Very sharp drafter, very sharp mind. Definitely a killer in the underdog streets. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this year in the drafter streets." Everyone hit the like button. Fly Eagles 39. Appreciate you, buddy. The tools maker himself. Is that Eric? Did Eric make the tools? I know Eric's like the founder of Spike Week, and I know his hand was in the tools, but I don't know the history of who the tools maker is. Is it Eric? If it's Eric, shout out to him, man. He's having a hell of a draft. That's a spectacular draft. JA at 46 is amazing. Is that Jordan Addison? Josh Allen. Oh, Josh Allen. Yeah. was like, Jordan Addison at 46 is like a reach. But we're talking about his team. That's you got a QB1, you got 3 spectacular, and like he went and he got Rashee Rice. I said it earlier today. I need to get a little bit more exposure to Rashee Rice, because if he is healthy and when the reports come to camp, similar to the Chris Godwin situation, his ADP, which is like a 3rd, 4th round pick, that's the lowest we'll ever see it. Got a nice green smoothie. Eric uses his name as his user. That's what I thought. Mostly sticking to the $2 on drafters, ready for the Superflex though. Superflex was I did fairly decent. The moment I started pushing quarterback and not getting them in round 1 and 2 is the moment I started really, really doing well in that tournament. Everybody, what's up, brother? Good to see Jamie. All right. Take Judkins here. And we'll take Laporta. I mean, there's a significant teardrop after that, pretty much for every position. And I think Laporta is a standalone value at the tight end position. So I'm here for it. So I get to just push tight end later. Drafters 4, 5, 6, 7 in the house. What's up? That's me, the Spike Week tool. Oh, well, we actually are going to talk about the Spike Week tools tomorrow live with Bernie, aka B Kurt, aka one of the sharpest best ball drafters on the planet. And every time we have him on here, he always just blows my mind with how like just the possibilities that these tools have. And you guys are not settled with the status quo. It's constantly improving. It's constantly adapting, and it's constantly helping drafters just absolutely succeed and do well. Once again, guys, this is not a paid advertisement. I don't get a single penny from Spike Week. I just respect the fuck out of all the folks at Spike Week, every last one of them. And I love what they do for the best ball community, especially. They definitely are the best. So that's why we try to feature them when Bernie comes out. And right now I know that he's got a couple people feeling under the weather, so hopefully we could stick to the schedule. If not, we'll definitely rebook them and talk about Hackers 6849's incredible tools, because they are spectacular tools. And if you guys are into best ball, whether it be here on Drafters or the other guys, and I'm not going to name all the other guys because they don't fucking pay me. If it's on the other guys, they got tools that support all those guys. And if you can afford it, if you can afford maxing out these tournaments and all those other tournaments, it's the best way to make sure that you are maximizing every single penny and ensuring yourself, the keys to success in best ball. So shout out to them. Great stuff, great tools. And I love what you're doing with your draft. Absolutely love what you're doing with your draft. Good shit. What's going on, gents? What's going on? 2 mules in a cut. I love the profile picture, brother. It's very you. It's very you. If you guys are one of the 45 people watching on Twitter, 1, thank you for your support. 2, head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. Really helps us a heck of a lot, especially when you guys come over here and smash a like. Would mean the world to me. Make sure you guys subscribe. If you're not subscribed, or if you don't know how to subscribe, literally just go to create an account, connect your Gmail, bada bing, bada boom, you're good. Now, I haven't told you guys what we're doing and where we're doing it and how you could do it too. This is not a mock draft. I repeat, not a mock draft. It's a real money draft with real money implications. How much real money are we talking about? $2.5 million in total prizes. $500,000 goes to first place. It's total points format. Most points wins. Best ball weekly scoring from weeks 1 to 17. 12 teams draft fast and slow. $20 entry. Get to max out with 150 lineups. There's also the drafters $2 mini. Also get to max it out with 150 max lineups. It's a $2 entry. $10,000 goes to first. $100,000 in total prizes. Not bad for a $2 investment. And yeah, it's definitely a good way to warm up, and it's a good way to get better here. Just in general for fantasy football. Not a lot of people are doing redraft stuff. A lot of people are doing mock draft stuff, and mock drafts just make you work worse at fantasy football. Because there's real money on the line here, you're going to get real shots on net. You're going to get real ADP. You're going to get real competition for 20 straight rounds. I'm telling you right now, you do 10 of these drafts by using promo code DISCO to double your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. You do 10 of these drafts, whether it be the main or the mini, you're going to 100% give yourself a chance to absolutely dominate your redraft leagues. The best way to prepare for your redraft leagues, especially if it's PPR format, is here on Drafters Fantasy. So make sure you use promo code DISCO to double your initial deposit dollar for dollar. All right. It's poker tracker for basketball on steroids. 100%. That's a great way to lay it. And like every season, because like I've featured Beat Kurt now for 2 years. This is going to be the third year, where every season where he talks about the tools, you see how far along it's coming. Like I got to see some of Sleazeball's tools and how that's looking, and Sleazeball's just raving about it. So shout out to Sleazeball. If you're not subscribed to him, please do so. Motherfucker took Mahomes right before me. God bless. God bless. I'm trying to stop cursing. I don't like that. Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, no running backs. It's crazy. Is Brandon Ayuk really going to fall to me here? I'm here for it. Nope, never mind. We'll take Warren here. This is a good draft. Very balanced. We're definitely pushing quarterback value. Now, we can't correlate Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow because he's gone and went to the Raps too. Garrett Wilson, we just passed up on Justin Fields. Jackson Smith and Jigba, we have correlation possibilities. Michael Pittman, we have correlation possibilities. Same with Sam Laporta. So we're not out on correlation yet. Fries, no shake, come from the 10th spot. That's Shadow Draft. Shout out to you, brother. He's come from the 10th spot. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing and joining Disco Ball Nation. Generally appreciate that. And yeah, let's go. Which Bills wide receiver do you want, if any, at ADP? Good thing you brought that up, buddy, because let me just read the reports. Let me read the camp reports for none other than Keon Coleman. All right. Keon Coleman reportedly showed up to voluntary OTAs looking like a completely different wide receiver than last year. Coleman reportedly showed up today with at least 10 more pounds of muscle than he had last year. Coleman's cuts appeared much faster than the ever before, and his speed was noticeably different. So pretty much on the sauce. Coleman is reportedly ready to assume the role of wide receiver 1 for the Bills this season and is hoping to double in production. For reference, Coleman had 29 receptions, 556 receiving yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns. The Bills' sophomore wide receiver is going to put the league on notice this year. That's how I feel about the Buffalo Bills. I mean, I'm going to get exposure to Khalil Shakir because I think he's very safe. In the later rounds, I mean, Elijah Moore, he has a lot of upside potentially. And I hate saying that name because he's burnt me every year as a flyer. And even Curtis Samuel in round 20 is borderline criminal because he can break fantasy football. He has that ability. He just hasn't gotten the usage yet. Hold on. Shout out to Billy Gableman texting me insight and feedback on my last video for the most advantageous schedule for wide receivers in PPR format. If you guys have not watched that video, do so. It's very helpful, and we're going to post the running backs video very shortly. I'm hoping Thursday or Friday to pump that out, and then I'm going to try to get out the quarterbacks and tight ends either together or some point early next week. Mr. Magic says Kincaid, big bounce back year. Here's the thing that worries me about Dalton Kincaid, because at ADP, he's one of the better values in fantasy football. At his current ADP, it's the upside, the ROI, everything's there, and it's screaming like just great ROI, great return on investment, right? But the patella situation, like I'm looking into it, I'm reading into it. Once again, guys, I have a background in this area where it comes to like injuries and recovery. I have a background in that, and the patella is one of the scarier ones because it's not just one particular ligament and it's fixed. The patella, if that goes, the amount of tearage and ligament damage that goes to not just all the ligaments in the knee itself, but to the surrounding major muscles, that's scary. Some people just don't recover from patella. Now, It hasn't gotten to that point because it's just like a severe case of patella tendonitis. But with that being said, and it's a major but, if that thing turns, God bless and good luck. So that's how I feel about Kincaid. Great value, great gamble, great bet. But in redraft, the only thing that I'm worried about is the patella situation. Do we double tap Jadon Blue and Javante if they fall to us here? And just be done at RB? I think we could. Yeah, we'll just do that. We're pushing quarterback really late right now. I like our wide receiver start. We need to start. Like, we're done at running back. We need one more tight end. We need to attack wide receiver and quarterback moving forward. Gonna take a sip of this delicious smoothie. And if you guys know me from the past, I have severe IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I know, TMI. So hopefully we can stick around and give you guys your grades for your drafts. Because we got a new member, Shadow Draft, to the community. He's in here, so we're going to look at his lineup if he's still in here. We got Boner at the 111. Owl Footy. I mean, we can't grade him because he's great. Dorito, this guy literally won the entire tournament. Over 150,000 contestants, and this guy won the tournament. He had the best lineup. Imagine the fucking bragging rights this guy has, but the humility is crazy. We got the draft tools designer himself from Spike Week, Ralph Wiggums, who's one of the sharpest drafters out here. This is a sharp lobby, man. And I hope I brought my A game with this. Can you guys see the green smoothie here? He said, "Blind squirrel found a nut." No, man. You know, first I was like, "Is that somebody here in the lobby named Blind Squirrel? And what nut?" Now I have to go searching, and then I realized that it's just you being a very humble individual. Shit like that doesn't happen for luck purposes. You made your bet, you drafted like you were right, and you got rewarded. That's it. That's all that happened. You made your bet, drafted like you were right, and you were. And one of these days, I hope that one of these lineups, or several of these lineups that I do, can cash the way yours did. My highest placing lineup last year was 22nd in the mini. It should have been 5th, but week 17 was just, we went from 7th in week 17 to 22nd just because that's how shitty everybody on my team did. And we had almost no tight end production. Almost none. Ben Sanat was like just a dead roster spot all around. Cole Kmet might as well have been. He had that one good week in, was it London against the Jags? I remember it vividly because like, oh, this is going to be him the rest of the year. No, dead asset. At Dallas Goedert, who was it that he killed? The Saints. He just went off the board to Owl Footy. That's who I had, and these guys just put up duds, dud after dud after dud after dud. Luckily, I had Jamar Chase and Saquon Barkley, but when Jalen Hurts went down in week 17, or when Jalen Hurts just didn't play in week 17, Saquon didn't really have that touchdown equity. Jamar Chase didn't really produce because it was the T. Higgins week. BTJ was everything for me last year, and I'm so grateful that I got so much exposure to him. And Kenneth Walker, just a dead spot after the first half of the season. James Conner suited up but didn't do anything. Chase Brown pulled up short on the goal. I remember that lineup vividly. It should have been top 5 easily. No one will forget the Dak and Goff QB room. I mean, shit, it's nasty. It's brilliant. It's very brilliant. I'm betting on Dak again this year, by the way. Big RIP from Benson for me last year too. Yeah, for sure. That's Fries No Shake. I like the name. But I'm definitely getting my shake. Oh God, like the quarterback situation is just atrocious. I mean, I can't necessarily push it right now because the wide receiver value is terrible. The tight end value is delicious. It's just so weird that the quarterback value is just so bad. So whatever. That's a week 5 bye. Okay. Rashad White's just looking at me, and I want to draft him. Yeah, we're gonna push it again. We'll take Jalen McMillan here. I know he usually falls a little bit further, but I have no correlation with Tua Tagovailoa, and I don't plan on having any correlation with Tua Tagovailoa, or a lot of it. Now, the only person I want from the Miami offense, and I'm saying this generally, okay? So let's do a close up, Cam. Let's catch up with the chat first, but yeah, I got to take. How we doing, boys? Living the dream, no cap, Mac. I'm about to give a hot take, and I hope you decided for it. Do you like Drake May or JJ McCarthy? I honestly, as a Patriots fan, I like Drake May. Am I drafting a lot of them? No, because if my team sucks on Sundays and my fantasy teams suck on Sundays, we're double fucked. Rule number 1 in the 10 draft commandments: don't be a homer, and we're not going to be a homer. And JJ McCarthy, I mean, if the best thing you could say about JJ McCarthy, well, he was a winner in college, he was a winner in high school. Like it does, like just tell me he's a great quarterback who's going to be absolutely spectacular. His rushing upside's elite. He's an elite quarterback. He's going to pay off big for the Minnesota Vikings. You're not telling me that. Nobody on the planet is telling me that about JJ McCarthy. And if you guys have been following me since literally January, I've been saying on August 18th, Aaron Rodgers will sign with the Minnesota Vikings. Now, when that happens, guys, I anticipate this channel will absolutely blow up. So somebody please clip that. On August 18th, Aaron Rodgers will sign with the Minnesota Vikings. That wasn't my hot take either. I just believe that in my heart of hearts. Fries No Shake says only did DraftKings though, but they pulled out of the UK this year, so I'm stuck with. I wouldn't say stuck with Drafters. Drafters is one of the best tournaments on the planet, brother. Drafters is great. We love it. Rodgers to the Vikings. It's happening, brother. Invest. Mixon or Connor redraft. Mixon. Just because if you're looking at game script here, okay, here's the thing. Both of these teams have very, very high output in game scripts. Like if we're looking at just like game totals based off of their schedule, both of them have incredibly high totals. They're both running back rooms I want to invest in. I just like Mixon more for the PPR upside, and he's more of a receiving back. You can't really take away from, the touchdown equity and what James Conner's done, but eventually the wheels are going to fall off there too. So if we're just talking about true upside, especially in a PPR draft format, I think Mixon kind of, he takes the edge there. He kind of got to be the guy. Why am I stuttering? Why am I stuttering saying he? Chelsea Lane says, please know what Aaron Rodgers. Are you Minnesota fan? Chelsea, why did I struggle saying that? Stuck as in I have no other option. Oh, I mean, shit, it's a great option to have in my opinion. It's my only option, and I'm grateful for it. Kamara or Cook? It's James Cook for me, dog. It's James Cook, Mr. Magic. Good question though. James Cook last year on 48% touches was the RB8. Imagine if he gets 10, 12 more percent touches on a contract season. He's going to be elite. He's going to be elite. I don't care about the contract dispute situation. I don't. I'm not paying attention to that. I just know that he's in a contract here, and I'm invested. Chelsea Lane says yes. Mr. Magic says Cook or Walker. Now, this is closer for me. I would say it's still Cook, but Walker is definitely a buy. And there's about 2 rounds difference between the both of them. Good questions. All right, guys. Devon Achane last year, when Tua Tagovailoa was healthy, led all running backs in fantasy points per game. And he did it differently than he did 2 years ago. He did it more as a receiver last year, whereas 2 years ago, he did it simply as just like a straight up rusher in a good offensive system and running scheme. If you look at what their head coach has done historically, Mike McDaniels, everywhere he's been, they've had a formidable running game and running situation. If you tell me he can't handle bell cow usage or 300 touches, he came damn near close. He had 290 touches last year. Once again, when Tua was healthy, Devon Achane led the entire league in fantasy points per game. So that efficiency metric right there, that little tidbit, it has me so bullish and invested in him, man. Fuck, I might get 2 decent quarterbacks at a great value here. Okay. Okay. We're good. We're good. We pushed quarterback and it worked. It worked wonderfully. Now we don't have any correlation with either one of our quarterbacks, but there are some options that we can work on later on here in this draft. So this draft is good. Oh, never mind. We got Michael Pittman to go with Anthony Richardson. W. Chelsea's born and raised in Minnesota. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. How are your Timberwolves doing? Obviously, I'm wearing a Raptors shirt here, but that's because I used to be a basketball fan. And then Kawhi Leonard left us. And I just said, fuck this. I'm done. I'm done. We got a championship. I saw us win a championship once in my lifetime. I could just stop and just focus on fantasy football in the NFL. I didn't. Fries No Shake says didn't realize Kyle Pitts was absent at OTAs today. Maybe he should have drafted him there. I mean, I think it's still a great value. I don't know why he's missing OTAs. What's the rumors behind? Does anybody know why Kyle Pitts is missing OTAs? Because this is news to me. So thanks for bringing this to my attention, Fries No Shake. Liam McKinnon, my guy, my knight in shining armor, my friending, my brother. He says T-Wolves down 3-1. God bless. God bless. Another Canadian kid doing work. Shy Gilgis. SGA, Shy Gilgis Alexander. I'm going to try to crush this smoothie. Liam says beauty sweater. It's not a sweater. It's a short sleeve hoodie. I love short sleeve hoodies. Like, that's my thing. I like them. For big guys like me, and I'm a big guy, short sleeve hoodies are just like everything. They're so nice. Speaking of which, wait for the Big Draft Energy merch store. We got some great stuff in the works for you folks. Shakir or Myers? It's Shakir, and it's not even close. It's not even close. I think Beck is going to be a better version of Jacoby Myers this year in that Vegas offense that's going to run a heck of a lot. And then you also got to look at Brock Bowers. I think Jacoby Myers is a safe pick. I think he's fine. But if we're talking about who's the safest pick in fantasy football with the safest floor at wide receiver, I think we got to give the edge to Shakir here. Which one of you guys drafted Keon Coleman? Shadow draft. He was listening. He drafted. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Good for you, buddy. I mean, that's probably a full size on a small person. This is literally a Snuggie on a normal person. 100% full size Snuggie, like sleeping blanket, the whole shebang. If you guys don't know the joke behind this, I'm 6'8", 320 pounds. I'm not a small person. So yes, my clothes and everything about me just makes people look extremely petite. Petite. Question, chat. Did you guys have a chance to check out that video that I posted? I put a lot of work into it. God, I just need an editor who has great production skills, like in terms of like editing and formatting, just so I could just go record and post my video content, like a lot of recorded video content. Because I love doing the live stream stuff. This takes almost no like the live stream stuff is fun for me. The pre-recorded stuff, that shit is hella stressful, and I need a video editor. I need it. Fries No Shake says we basically key on our Luther Burden. Just feels second year with a better offense makes more sense. And maybe what you said helped as well. Hey man, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I literally just read that prior to going live, and that question from Mr. Magic. It literally, I mean, get out of my head. Stop reading my mind. I'm here for it. It was a great question. It was a great question. It was this one. Which Bills wide receiver do you want, if any, at their ADP? Matthew Stafford, another quarterback who's just falling at a really good value. Does this guy let me have him? Because I'm going to have good correlation opportunities here too. Nope. Jalen Colker, can't get enough. All right, we got Adonai Mitchell. A little bit more correlation to go with Anthony Richardson here. I'm liking this draft. I do think my quarterback situation is very volatile. So hopefully I don't get sniped. Does anybody want to start getting exposure to Darnell Washington, the tight end from the Pittsburgh Steelers? I'm very interested in getting correlation. Like, I really want to get exposure. I really, really want to start getting exposure there. I really want to get exposure there. I just realized my tracker isn't gone. Huh. There we go. Much better. How many likes are we at? How do we feel about Tyrone Tracy and wanting him over any of the guys in that range? I feel like he's very volatile. But who's more volatile? Let me ask you. Isaiah Pacheco or Tyrone Tracy? I would say Pacheco's more volatile. Who's more volatile? Jalen Warren or Tyrone Tracy? I would say Tyrone Tracy's more volatile. Who's more volatile? Najee Harris or Tyrone Tracy? I would say Tracy's more volatile. Jordan Mason or Tyrone Tracy? I would say it's a split there. Brian Robinson is very volatile in my opinion. So yeah, I think Tyrone Tracy's going right where he should. I don't think he's a push. I don't think he's a Tootin. He's a good pick. Charbonnet, not volatile whatsoever. Javonte. I mean, Javonte and Blue, they have an improved offensive line. Yes, they lost all-pro guard Zach Martin, and he was one of the best guards to ever play in the history of ever, period. Just put up the tape. If you want to see somebody just manhandling people, that's the tape you want to look at. But yeah, they brought in Tyler Booker. Love him. They got BB on a second or third year. Guyton, left tackle. He was one of my favorite prospects last year. I just didn't think he was going to be ready. I think he's going to be ready this year. And in 2 wide receiver sets, let me ask you, Jack, because I asked Sleaze this earlier. In 2 wide receiver sets for the Los Angeles Chargers, do we see a world where Mike Williams could possibly be the 2B behind Trey Harris, where we could see as much Mike Williams just based off of the rapport and history that he has with, Justin Herbert in that locker room? Can we see Mike Williams being a very viable round 20 flyer? Got to think about it that way, guys. I'm here for it. Mike Williams, round 20 flyer. The gamble's not that big. It's not a gamble at all. And the upside is one spike week or many more. Because I think we're going to see, here's the thing. I think Trey Harris is fine. I think he's a good wide receiver. But I think we're going to see a little bit more Mike Williams early on. I tried Mike Williams last year and it was rough. Yeah, but Mike Williams' ADP last year was between round 11 and round 13, right? Right now, Mike Williams is going undrafted in the vast majority of these drafts. I'm sure you got your spike week tools. Check how many drafts Mike Williams ended up getting drafted in your drafts. In round 20, he's worth a gamble pick. 5% exposure. Why the hell not? All right, we're going to get Milrow. I should be done at running back. So we're not done at running back. Here's the thing. I know everybody likes Jarquez Hunter, but if we're talking about the most advantageous schedule for running backs in PPR format this year, I'm just going to let you guys know who my number one is. The LA Rams have the most advantageous schedule for running backs. They have the third most advantageous schedule for wide receivers. So with that being said, even if I don't get Kyron Williams, I'm still going to get his handcuff. And I don't think it's Jarquez. I think the Jarquez Hunter, I think that's closer to Kamani Vidal, Isaiah Spiller territory. I'm not investing. I'm not doing it. I'm not buying the hype. Remember Michael Thomas? Remember Will Ferrell? I do remember not Will Ferrell, Will Fuller. Milrow to the moon, man. Milrow to the motherfucking moon. All right, so do we finish our draft with a third tight end? Probably not. But if Arroyo is left, I'd be inclined to take him. I'll queue up Fant. Arroyo's gone. Never mind. I mean, the Spike Week draft tools creator, he knows what he's doing. Get out of my head. There you go. One more. Another like. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you, Willie, by the way. Good to see you, Willie. Love you, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. But yeah, man, very, very, very sharp room. I hope I brought my A game. I definitely don't like my quarterback room. But if Milroe does take over, dude's going to break fantasy football. And once again, this receiving room for another receiving room that I think is incredibly underrated, because the Seahawks receiving room is incredibly underrated this year, and you guys need to just put some respect on them. They're going to be good. They're going to be on a lot of fantasy winning championship lineups. Promise you, especially in basketball. I promise you, right? New Orleans, like I'm just sick and tired of hearing all the fade and all the hate against New Orleans. Like, I don't care who the quarterback is. Could be Shuck, could be Rattler, could be Taysom Hill. I don't care. I don't care. For all intents and purposes, it is Shuck. But with that being said, Kellen Moore is a beast. Kellen Moore is a brilliant offensive mind. Everywhere he's gone, whether it be the backup or the starter, they've always put up numbers. They've always put up productive seasons. You're never going to get a cheaper Chris Olave. You're never going to get a cheaper Rashid Shaheed. Is Brandon Cooks in New Orleans, by the way? Where the hell is Brandon Cooks now? Cooks is probably in New Orleans. Yeah? I'm saying, yeah, he's in New Orleans. That's what? And I know you guys are going to say he's old and dead. I mean, like, shit, upside's there. All right, time to wash that down with some vitamin water. You guys thought I forgot about the vitamin water? We got the dragon fruit vitamin water. Just hit myself on the head with that. That's what I get for littering in my own house. What an idiot. Mr. Magic says Cup going to be the slot more. I think they're both going to be the slot. And if you look at Clint Kubiak and what he does with that offense, and I said this on one of my videos that I posted yesterday, Clint Kubiak motions his receivers the most in the NFL everywhere he's gone as an offensive coordinator. That's what he does. And it gives quarterbacks unique looks. It helps them get their pre-snap reads, and it helps them get the ball off, right? So if we're talking about two slot guys who you should absolutely invest in, JSN and Cooper Kupp, it's a perfect marriage. Clint Kubiak is the man for that job. And I even think there's a world where Marquez Valdez-Scantling is one of the better dart throws in fantasy football. We got a lot of Seattle correlation, and I'm here for it. This is a weird roster construction, but I really like this draft. I do. All right, let's look at everybody's draft. Draft is over. Let's catch up with the chat. Thoughts on my team? Yeah, I'm gonna. So you're new to the channel, so I'll let you know. We go through everybody in our community's drafts. We look at everybody's drafts. We give feedback. We give grades unless they're better at fantasy football than us. Usually, there's not a lot of people that are better in fantasy football than me, but I think Dorito, like hands down, literally one of the best on the planet, was the best on the planet 2 years ago by winning this tournament. Not going to give him a grade, but we'll look at his team and we'll be like, Owl Footy. He won an underdog tournament last year, so we're going to look at his lineup and we're going to be like, aside from that, I think I'm like, it's like fairgrounds. Everybody else is like fairgrounds. I know Ralph is super sharp. Obviously, drafters 4, 5, 6, 7, the hackers guy. He does a great job with his drafts, and he does a better job with his tools. So yeah, Boner, up and comer. I wouldn't be shocked if he wins one of these years. So yeah, we look at everybody's lineups. Kubiak said the other day he will feed Arroyo in that offense. Expect a big ADP jump in the summer. I mean, he's already going from round 20 to round 19. Wait, I missed it up. It was picking on a slow. Oh, man, I got like, I don't know if you see the top of my screen. I got more than 50 souls up here. Didn't mean to take Dart was my fourth quarterback rip. Nah, I mean, it should be fine. What's up? Good to see you, OTL. Make sure you guys follow my guy on Twitter. Puts out great stuff on the constant. Where's our boy Bandits? Fuck if I know. Probably stealing something. All right, OTL football goes 2693. Lamar Jackson, Jordan Love, A+. Derrick Henry, RJ Harvey. The RJ Harvey hype is just it's at a point where I just can't invest. Cam Scatabo, I don't want him with your dick. Justice Hill, Taj Brooks. I like them. Once again, this Kyle Manon guy, he's one of my favorite cuffs in football this year. One of my favorite cuffs. I think he's going to be the guy who takes over that running back room in Chicago. And we know that they're going to pound the rocks. I love him. I just don't love that his last name could potentially get me canceled. Brian Thomas Jr., no matter what. Jordan Addison, Jerry Jeudy, Matthew Golden, Rashid Shaheed, Romeo Dobbs, Alec A.O. Manor, Calvin Austin, Jordan Whittington, Evan Ingram, Dallas Goddard, Isaiah. Like, it's not bad. It's not bad. I just hate the teardrop off here. Like, yeah. I do like the 3 layers of correlation. I'm trying to see if you got more correlation with the wide receiver position for your Ravens. That's definitely an offense you want to invest in. Sharp stuff. Hacker says, can't wait to hear my grade after drafting this year's Kamani Vidal. I'm here for it, man. Hey, look, here's the thing, right? I put up my takes here, and I'm not suggesting that you're triggered or offended, and we'll get yours next, actually. I put out my takes not as if it's final, not if it's as if it's facts. I put it out as if, like, I'm making my bet, and if I'm wrong, I will 100% admit to it, but I'm going to bet and draft like I'm right. And that's just one of those guys who I can't bet on. I can't do it. All right. So we're looking at, so guys, once again, Spike Week, subscribe to them on YouTube, join their Discord, buy their draft tools. If you're into best ball, you guys want to maximize it, these are the best draft tools on the planet. And if you can afford it, this will 100% make sure that you get your ROI in your best ball drafts by drafting them. All right, so we're looking at Hackers 6849. He is the designer of the Spike Week tool, so obviously this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. He goes 2783. Josh Allen, Dak Prescott. It's as good of a quarterback room as you could possibly get. David Montgomery, I don't like him this year. I don't, and I understand the touchdown equity and upside, and that offense has a lot of high expected production points and outings and matchups and what have you. Just don't like him this year. That's that. Like, if I have one fade on that entire offense, it's Montgomery for me. And I have Jahmyr Gibbs as my RB1. Like, it's Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane. Those are my RB1s. And I know the Bijan truthers are going to come beating the drum. Somebody clip that. Tony Pollard, I love the pick, especially with Zeitler there, that improved offensive line. They're going to have to run the ball a lot. They also have a lot of high projected matchups. Isaiah Pacheco, I get it. Not a bad pick, especially at value. You got him at a decent value, too. You got him, that's a, 12 pick discount? Tyler Algier, one of the best cuffs. Jarquez Hunter, I get it. Miles Sanders, get it. Jordan James, I love that pick. Jordan James is one of my favorite late round flyers. That's a hell of a pick. CeeDee Lamb, Rasheed Rice, Devontae Adams, George Pickens. The double stack here with Pickens and with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott is nasty. It's nasty. Emeka Egbuka, love the pick because I think we're going to see a world where, Chris Godwin may not be right for the entire season or the beginning of the season. And Mike Evans, even though he's one of the most productive wide receivers we've ever seen and one of the most consistent, he's also been consistently hurt and missing time the last few years. So they got a very good, promising schedule, very wide receiver friendly schedule this year. They were number 6 on my list yesterday. So love the Egbuka pick. Jack Beck, one of my favorite rookies in the earlies, still one of my favorite rookies this year. Love the landing spot. De'Ami Brown, good dart throw on a good offense that has a lot of high expected points. Jalen Royals, not bad dart throw. Ferguson, Chig, Elijah Royal. I'm curious as to, here's the thing. If you're going to go naked on a quarterback, it makes sense to get a rushing quarterback with Josh Allen's status. But I'd still try to get a little bit of correlation. Correlation isn't everything. But I mean, like a Dawson Knox, a Curtis Samuel, an Elijah Moore. Joshua, no, none of those picks would have hurt. But hey, that's strong shit, man. That's high quality H2O right there. If I was the water boy, that's high quality H2O. I picked up a lot of players I don't have much exposures to on this one. Hey man, being contrarian is very important. On the league, fantasy football says Disc, I was shocked you agreed with all 5 of my fades today. I agree 100%. Can you type the 5 fades again? Because I don't remember the post off the top of my head, but I know like Diggs was there and a couple other guys that I'm just not interested in at ADP. Also, I finally got Mahomes worthy stack W. This game's all about making your bets. I respect it. I respect you, brother. I respect what you guys do. Trey Harris going to be slept on? No, Trey Harris is not slept on. He's going right where he should, and he's going to be productive, and everybody in the fantasy world knows that. BKGJ says, "Hey yo, how you doing, brother? I assure you, Trey Harris is not being slept on." Yes, concur. I coherently concur. Quite indubitably, 90% of my team fell to me at plus value. Love to see it. Love to see it. Nick Westbrook-Akine should be a legit sleeper. Here's the thing with Nick Westbrook-Akine, right? And if I'm talking about like my number one sleeper in fantasy football, and people are going to hate this take, my number one sleeper in fantasy football this year is Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk's my number. I mean, Westbrook-Akine is a name. It's a name. He had a great out-of-body experience last year. And I mean, Tyreek Hill, he said he doesn't want to play football a lot. So, I mean, where there's smoke, there could be fire. So, yeah, I understand it. Maybe you hadn't hyped up Coleman. I would have got him. Fuck, that's on me. My bad, dog. I appreciate you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Doing great. Just ready as ever for the season to begin. I love it, man. I love it. Jennings, Diggs, Jonnu. Yep. One Jennings. Okay. I understand the fade, but he may not be like he's like a fringe fade. He's like a fringe fade. The only reason why I don't love the one Jennings and why I agreed on him is because his price point's just too expensive. But like the production, top notch. Like third and Juan is a thing, and I'm here for third and Juan. Diggs, Jonnu, Brian Robinson. Yeah, I don't love Brian Robinson and Godwin because he's hurt. All right, let's look at what my guy Boner did. I still don't understand. I'm gonna message drafters, be like, can you guys like make him change it? No, I'm not gonna do that. He goes 3-5-9-3, unique roster construction. Kyler Murray at a delicious ADP, a delicious value. What is that? 11 picks past ADP. Drake May. Holy shit. Aaron Rodgers. You're just all the values. No kidding. Kyron Williams, Travion. Once again, guys, Kyron Williams, the NFC West, that's where you want to invest in running back. Travion Henderson, love. Travion Henderson was my number one running back coming into this NFL rookie draft. Brian Robinson, I get it. Zach Charbonnet, Tank Bigsby, I'm not getting any exposure to. Fuck it. Puka Nacua, like your receiver room is what dreams are made of. Puka, Nico, Worthy, Jalen Waddle, like just love it. Like the first 4, that's one of the better 4 wide receiver starts I've seen. Like great job. Kyle Williams, Joshua Palmer. I mean, for correlation purposes, I get the Kyle Williams pick. I get it. Keenan Allen, Demario Douglas, Pop Shutta. He's going to be the wide receiver one in New England. Isaac Tesla. Nobody else was talking about him but me coming into the draft. And then Detroit trades up several picks to move up 30 spots to take Isaac Tesla. Yes, sir. Called it. Dude's a beast. He's going to earn playing time on, like, I don't even think he's a special teams guy, but just based off of how physical he is as a blocker. Like, he was used as a 6'4" slot back simply because he was a crack block nightmare for the Arkansas Razorbacks. TJ Hawkinson, Juwan Johnson, Jatavian Sanders. This is good stuff. This is very sharp. This is A- territory. Very sharp. I would have liked more correlation with Kyler Murray. Like even a late round dart throw. I mean, Keenan Allen could potentially go there, so you probably do have correlation here. And Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be a Minnesota Viking, so just for future reference. All right, Shadow Draft, he's on the board. Let's catch up with the chat first. Crafting the 101 to 150 list. Looking forward to it, buddy. And if you guys are not following my guy, Own the League Fantasy Football on Twitter, please do so. And if you're not on Twitter, what the fuck? Like, fantasy football information. It's like back in the day, it was like impossible to find. Now it's like there's too much information. You got to figure out which ones to filter, which is good, which is bad. So yours truly, one of the best. And OTL, one of the guys that I highly recommend. Own the league FF. All right, Shadow Draft, new to the community. Thank you for subscribing. Let's give you your full breakdown. So he did say he autoed Jackson Dart, so we're going to forgive him here. But he goes 3-5-8-3. I'm assuming he wanted to go 3-6-8-3. Brock Purdy, Michael Penix, Tyler Shuck, Jackson Dart, Christian McCaffrey, Chase Brown, Breece Hall. Ooh, it's nice. That's real nice. Alvin Kamara, very nice. Jaleel McLaughlin, I'm not getting any shares of. He's dead asset to me. Drake London, Juan Jennings, so some correlation there with Brock Purdy and Michael Penix. Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, Keon Coleman, Hollywood Brown, Michael Wilson. Yeah, I definitely would have liked more wide receiver. Like, it's because it's 3 wide receivers, PPR, you could potentially start 4. There's a significant teardrop between London and the rest of the guys, but you have a good group of 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so Kyle Pitts, Brenton Strange, Zach Ertz. I hate that this is your first show, and please don't feel like I'm shitting on you or that I feel like, I'm better than you. That's not it. It's just like, personally, I recommend that you get more value at the wide receiver position, and make sure you're a little bit more balanced. Your wide receiver room, like, there's a world where this can hit and absolutely snap, but there's also a world where, like, you're probably going to only have one top 12, top 15 wide receiver for several weeks. That's my piece of advice. And obviously the auto didn't help you there. All right, let's look at Ralph Wiggums. He goes Caleb Williams, 2792, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Ashton Genty, Chuba, DeAndre Swift, Tajay Spears, Marshawn Lloyd, Devin Neal, Nick Chubb. Not a bad running back room. Tedero McMillan, somebody who I need to get way more exposure to, like so much exposure to. Love the stack with Bryce Young, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, double stack with Caleb Williams. Love to see it. Josh Downs, smash play, triple stack, Luther Burden as well. This guy's just betting on the Chicago offense, and as you should, because Caleb looked good today in camp. Xavier Legette, another double stack there. Hopkins, 2-2. Ty Felton, my dog Apollo's barking. Brock Bowers and Colson Loveland, strong. More correlation with Loveland, and I've been thinking about getting more Colson Loveland simply so I could double tap it with Cole Kmet in round 20. Cole Kmet in round 20 is kind of like criminal. I think there's going to be weeks where he's viable. Dorito. Okay, once again, guys, if you're just tuning in, this guy won the main. He won $250,000, not last year, but the year before that. He won first place out of 150,000 plus lineups. Dude is one of the sharpest, if not the sharpest drafter on the planet. He was in 2023. He was the best drafter on the planet, and he will forever go down as one of the greatest drafters on the planet because he won. 2972, yes. Is the breadstick that bad? No, I don't care about the profile picture. I care about the name, Boner. Like, fuck, just give me a name like Boner. I'm just jealous that you did it first. 2972 for Dorito. Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Aaron Jones, Najee Harris, Ray Davis, Will Shipley might be one of the best handcuffs in football. Loki, Woody Marks, I love the pick. J.K. Dobbins, nice. Rashard Smith, love it. Sean Tucker, I get it. Keaton Mitchell, I mean, if healthy, he's a smash. Wide receivers, Neighbors, Lad McConkey, Tyreek Hill, Jameson Williams, Chris Godwin, strong. Trey Harris, Adam Thielen, George Kittle, Tyler Higbee. This is why you're him. 2972 is crazy. I haven't seen it like that. It's crazy, and I'm here for it. All right, I got everybody but myself, right? $2,972, yes, 100%. Hey man, that's the guy. That was a typo of Bones. Oh, got you. Is the breadstick? No, you're good. You're good. You wanted to type Bones, but you put Boner instead. That's fucking amazing. I hope you keep that name forever. I need to start taking some. Why the hell not, right? Combat in round 20 is free. All right, so my quarterback room is hurting, but a lot of upside. Not the safest floor. Tua Tagovailoa. I don't think I have any correlation with Tua here. Yeah, zero correlation with Tua, but I mean, he fell 15, 17 picks past ADP, so I'll take it. Anthony Richardson, 8 picks past ADP, reached a little bit for Jalen Milroe, but Jalen Milroe's upside, if and when he starts for the Seattle Seahawks, is nasty. So I got no Darnold, but I got correlation still because I'm betting on Jalen Milroe to take over after like week 12 at the very latest, and just lead me to the fantasy football championship. Omarion Hampton, Kenneth Walker, Quinshawn Judkins, Jalen Warren, Jadon Blue, double tap Jadon Blue, and Javonte Williams and Blake Corum. This is an okay running back room. It's not bad. It's not great. Not my best work at running back. Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith, and Jigbo, who I think has top 5 upside this year. Yeah, I said that. Michael Pittman, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Colker, who I can't draft enough of, Adonai Mitchell, because I need a little bit more exposure with Anthony Richardson, just a little bit more correlation there. So Pittman, Adonai, double tap there with AR, and then I got JSN and MVS double tapped with Jalen Milroe. And then I also got Sam Laporta. If you guys know me, when Sam Laporta first got drafted to the NFL, that May, I said Sam Laporta will be the tight end 1. I had fellow content creators calling me clickbait. I had them telling me suck their dick. Sam Laporta in his rookie year was a tight end 1. Last year I said Jamar Chase will be the wide receiver 1. Jamar Chase broke fantasy football and was the wide receiver 1. Last year I said Drake London would be a top 10 wide receiver at his floor. I had people telling me to go fuck myself. We said Brian Thomas Jr. would be top 10. I had people telling me I was delusional, that it was going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. We make a lot of good calls. We make a lot of good takes. We've missed, like Zamir White, one of my biggest misses, Ben Sonat, God bless. But I mean, that's the thing, right? So I'm looking forward to being more accurate to help you guys win. And I'm looking forward to getting all of your feedback and putting out more content. Just want to, like, I sometimes I like to take a moment and get sentimental with you guys, right? And don't just turn off. Okay, hear me out. It's so easy to just like be hateful towards other people, and I just looking at the world, social media, how people interact on the road and in the streets. Like, it's so easy to just be a hateful human being and read a book by its cover and make the assumption of like the absolute worst, right? Maybe take a moment to not read a book by its cover. If Christ was able to give people grace, you should be able to also give people grace. Always give grace, always give people the benefit of the doubt, unless you have to, protect yourself. But never assume the worst out of people, because kind of makes you look like a dickhead and an asshole. And I'm guilty of it. I know you guys, some of you are guilty of it. So just try to, if you take anything away from this, Devon Achane could potentially be an RB1, and give people grace, man. Honestly, give people grace because they deserve it. Dorito says taking a bunch of backups this time of year might walk into some monster teams if injuries break your way. 100%. I've seen lineups like that absolutely smash. So that's why I get it. I understand it. And it's very unique, and this is why you're you and one of the greatest on the planet. Bones is laughing. Bones sent us 99 cents. Hey, man, very generous donation of you, brother. You didn't have to, but you did. It means the world. Thank you, brother. God bless you. I know people would laugh at 99 cents. I'm very grateful that you just decide to donate to me. So thank you. It helps a lot. No Cap Max says, amen, brother. God bless you. Sorry the laugh emote was before you went into it. No, dude, I know there's like a 40 second, 60 second delay. No hard feelings. Bless you. Just God bless you, brother. Listen, guys, I appreciate you guys a heck of a lot. I love you guys. I respect every last one of you. If you're new to the community, welcome. You're here with open arms. You're going to get me giving you blessings and a sermon, and you're going to get a lot of fantasy football advice. Jonathan Cole says, fun show as always. Hacker smoked us 100%. That's a great draft. He definitely had the best draft out of the bunch, in my opinion. Fries No Shake says, how often do you stream? All the time, buddy. Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Every single night we draft here on Drafters Fantasy. We bring in special guests. For example, tomorrow we have somebody who won the DraftKings tournament who's going to be talking about hackers spike week tools that will make sure that you get your return on investment if you're investing in best ball drafts, because it just formats everything perfectly and gives you an advantage over everybody else. And it really is the best tools in the business. So I will get word from him if he's good to go tomorrow. but I'm just going to assume he is because he's a beast and he's one. Guys, if you haven't seen Bernie before, all I could say is like prepare yourself for one of like just the spice. He's spicy. You know what I mean? He's spicy. Very, very, very spicy guy. Two Mules in the Cod said had 0 Zamir White and 0 London. What I had to, hey man, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Love you guys. God bless you from the bottom of my heart. Until next time, peace. Which is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Peace.